Ghostbusters. Yep, I saw Ghostbusters in the cinema, and I saw it with my girlfriend and a few of our friends, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. This isn't going to be like, I'm going to stop calling these things movie reviews because I don't really review them. I just talk about my thoughts and, impressions. So that's what this is. This is my first thoughts and impressions on Ghostbusters 2016. Yeah, I enjoyed it. This isn't going to be very long because there's not really much I can say about it. I'm just going to go through the things I liked, the things I didn't like. That's pretty much it. Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, good actresses in their own right. I just feel like Melissa McCarthy plays herself in everything, which isn't necessarily bad, but I don't really enjoy it sometimes. And Kristen Wiig was just kind of, meh. Because those two are like the big actresses in this movie. They're like the big names. My two favourite characters in the movie were actually Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones. I thought they were actually really funny. The thing about the jokes is they chuck so many in there, it just feels like they're trying to force it sometimes. But some of the jokes do, they are funny. But those two are probably my favourite characters, Kate McKinnon's character and Leslie Jones's character. I don't actually remember the names of the characters, but whatever. I'm a bit confused because I thought this movie was trying to stand by itself, but it does feel like it's leaning on the older movie a lot, and like no one wants to compare, like they don't want people to compare this to the original, but of course that's what people are going to do. If people love the original like I do, then of course you're going to compare it. Nowhere near as good as the original, better than Ghostbusters 2, I'll say that much. The villain in this movie was stupid, to be honest. Like his motivation was, I don't like people because they are mean to me. I am bullied because I'm a weird person. That's his motivation. And I don't understand how, I'm not really sure if this counts as spoilers, but the main villain dies but then doesn't. I don't know how he managed to work this, but he dies and comes back, and he somehow has the power to control people, like he uses the Force or something. He can change. He can obviously like get inside of people's bodies. He can control their bodies. And then there's a point where he's like, like in the original, the Destructor is the eyes of the beholder, and State Path Marshmallow Man comes. In this, I don't know how he has the power to do that. But it's like the story is so, it's like it's trying really hard to be the first one but better, but it's not. And I know this is probably a really bad video because I'm not really making any sense, I'm just mumbling, but it's not a movie review, it's just my thoughts and impressions. I'm just kind of going all over the place with this. But like in the original, like Gozer had the the gatekeepers and all that, the two dog things, and there's like there's more than one enemy because then there was State Path Marshmallow Man, and obviously there was that sort of that personal like attachment because obviously the Sigourney Weaver's character was dating Bill Murray's character, but in this there's no like, it doesn't feel like there's many stakes. The ghosts, I have to say, the ghosts look like they're something out of Scooby-Doo. I really didn't like the ghosts. They were so blue and green, like very shiny and neon. But I did like the action. Obviously you expect the action to get better with time. It was enjoyable action. A lot of the new weapons are really cool. They catch one ghost the whole movie. They catch one ghost. One. Like in the original, they at least had a montage of them catching ghosts, but in this they catch one. Every male character in this movie is made to look like a complete idiot or an asshole. Chris Hemsworth's character, though, to be fair, like, I thought he was funny. I like Chris Hemsworth in this movie, playing the receptionist. All of the original Ghostbusters, in some way, shape, or form, have cameos. And the original receptionist has a cameo, I think. Sigourney Weaver has a cameo. State Path Marshmallow Man has a cameo. Slimer, of course, he's in this. I'm really not sure what else there is to say. I know I've pretty much just said a lot of negative things, but like, there were funny jokes in the movie. The action was good. The cast, they all seem to bounce off each other really well, in my opinion. And like I said, Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones were my favourite two characters. They're just so, like, Leslie Jones is just so, like, over the top, and Kate McKinnon was so crazy and kind of that really cool one. I don't know, it's just, she was really cool. But that's honestly, like, it really. The final fight in the movie didn't really last long, or you didn't feel like the villain was really gonna be much threat, even though he'd, like, released ghosts all over the city. It's strange. I never watched that thinking, okay, the Ghostbusters are in trouble. Whereas in the original, of course, you know, State Path Marshmallow Man, they had to deal with him at the same time as, you know, dealing with like Gozer and all that, the two dog things. But yeah, I thought the writing was okay and the acting was quite good, and basically I enjoyed it. That's all I'm saying. Would I watch it again in cinemas? Probably not. Maybe once. Maybe one more time I'd watch it. Because it was funny at times when they weren't trying to force it so much. And the acting was good. The villain was really bad, though. The villain didn't really make sense. That's honestly pretty much it. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, for my personal opinion, I would give it a 7. It's above average. It's a funny film, but I feel like it was using the Ghostbusters name to kind of, get itself where it was. The attention. It's gonna make money. But yeah, I'd say it's a funny movie. It's fine. It's enjoyable, but it's not a classic. It's not something in 20 years you'd be like saying to your children, "Oh, you need to see Ghostbusters 2016," or even better, you can't just go to your kid and be like, "You need to watch Ghostbusters." Because if I told that to anyone now, they'd say, "What, the original?" Because that's clearly better. Some people might like this one better than the original, but me personally, I just feel like the original, the chemistry was even better. Like, don't get me wrong, the chemistry between the four characters was good, but in the original, it was like perfect. Like, everyone just seemed like they, you felt like it was real life sometimes, kind of thing. Like, you felt like they all knew each other like a very long time. It was just, the original's better. Original for me is a 9. Maybe 10 out of 10. This is a 6 or a 7, probably a 7. I'm not going to be as harsh as some people are with it, saying it's completely awful, it's rubbish, it's so bad. Because I honestly think it was enjoyable, but that's just my opinion. I'm just quite tired when I'm doing this review, so I'm sorry if I seem very, I'm non-energetic, I'm not moving around, or I'm very monotone in this video, but I'm just tired. But yeah, that was Ghostbusters 2016. I recommend you at least go and see it once. And the next thoughts and impressions video will be for Secret Life of Pets. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.